Hi, it's me, Daryl again. I'm in my editing room. Just going to introduce what my next project's going to be. It is going to be right here, this turntable. Get a little light on it. So what this is powered by a power supply or USB. It's basically a little turntable. It's got a knob on it. I turn it on and it rotates. It's variable speed. I put something on there and it basically allows me to film it in a 360-degree motion. That way you can see the whole side of the whole item that I'm making. I can speed it up. That's as fast as it goes. Now that I showed you what I'm going to make this video, let's get down into the bike room and make this. So I'm in the bike room, and recently I 3D printed a plate. A spinny gear thing, an inner gear, a smaller gear to interact with that one, and I bought a motor. I bought 4 motors. I bought a bunch of USB USB-C male connectors, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all together, I hope, and we're going to have a self-propelled spinning platform that I can put objects on and film them as they spin in a circle so you can see a 360 view. I've already went through and drilled holes and got this piece mounted in here. I now have to hook in my speed controller and knob into that and get that screwed into the case. So let's get going on that. Got to get something to screw this in with because I don't have a screwdriver here that's small enough. But these, they're marked positive and negative. We'll run into boy, these are going to be fun. And it's not open. Too big. Alright, let's see if this one's big and small enough. Yes. Alright, let's see if we can get this in there. And there we go. Now, I need to get 2 wires out of here. Also a positive and negative. And I had a piece of scrap wire around here a while ago I was using. Where did I put that? Alright, back. Found a scrap piece in my truck. And so I need to go from the motor, which is going to be mounted like this, to the controller, which is going to be mounted, where the hell's the opening? There it is, right there, in here. So I need a piece long enough to go around to there. So a little bit longer. Alright, now I have to I don't know if there's a DC or a positive or negative, or it's both rotations on this thing. I think it doesn't matter. Guess we'll find out. Got spares. And I'm going to take these, and if I remember right, it was positives in the center, negatives on the outside. Let's take power I'm using on my camera, hook it up to here. Got a light. That's what I thought, it just reverses. So let's take the power back off here. So to get these soldered on, I need to bend these up a little bit for a minute. Turn this thing on. Apparently, I've used up all my solder. All right. Made this crazy 3D soldering tool. Gotta get different glasses for this. Okay, now that we got that done, I'm going to trim these down a little bit shorter. All right. That's all the soldering we need to do. Now the problem is I don't have screws long enough to mount this motor in here yet, and I got to push these back flat as soon as they cool off. There we go. Because that's going to sit in there like that. Yeah. Okay, so I made them long enough. So first thing I got to do is I got to take these off, because I can't fit them through there that way. Mistakes were made. Now, this gets pushed in right here. And then I got to come up with nuts and bolts. And I believe I figured out it was a number 2. I don't know if I have one long enough though. Phew, maybe just barely. Sorry, I can't really show this. It's like that was the easy one. The other one's gonna be a little bit tougher. A lot tougher being as that thing's gonna bounce around. Like I said, this one's gonna be a lot tougher. All right. So the motor controller's in, speed controller I should say is in, motor's in. And if I plug this in, get this stuff out of the way. But I hold it in place for now. You can see it move. But ultimately I want to get this thing screwed in where it belongs. And to do that, I think I'm going to have to either buy some screws or I'm going to have to find something I can use in the meantime. One trip to Home Depot, and there's my nuts and bolts for the motor. Let's see here, we need a cutty tool. So, I don't know why, Home Depot sells the M3x05 screws in sets of 4, but the nuts in sets of 2 in the same area. I mean, they're literally right next to each other in the bin. Why? Why would you not sell them all at the same time? All right, so now we got our screws. We need to put the screw in through the back. A little bit of a tight fit on this end. Okay, with those there, we can put the motor on. So just enough space for the bolt nuts. Okay, the motor's solidly mounted in there. Now, we have spacers for the gear because you don't want it to be too high, because when you put the keeper on it, you want it to be able to spin still. And we need a screw for that. And that I think I have. Where did I put those? Always looking for something. I think number 2 is too small. Yep. Number 3 is too small. Bet you number 4 is too big. Yes. Alright. Somewhere around here I have a bin with some number plastic screws. Let me look for those. Alright, see if I have anything here that will work. Too small. Yeah, I think all these are going to be too small. Yeah. So I'm going to need to find a screw to fit into there. I think I might have found one. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so we got to put this thing on. And where'd my screwdriver go? There it is. Why don't they make these things big enough? Alright, so if we borrow our power again, hook the power into here, and we put the knob on. We turn it on, it turns. It's noisy, but it turns. So then, all we have left to do is you put the intermediate gear in here. Actually, I can stay down in there in case I need it. Put this thing on. Come on, fall in there. There we go. You turn it on. Put whatever you're recording on there and it goes in circles, and I can variable the speed. And voila, we have a turntable with variable speed. Let's see. So let's take my model car here. And yes, it's a little dusty. That's what the purpose of this is. Just so I can do filming of whatever I want in a 360-degree circle. Pretty cool, huh? All 3D printed on my 3D printer that I got in November. I ordered the motors, the controller, the power port, and I printed the rest of it, soldered the parts together, and we have a turntable. So what do you think? You think it was worth all the trouble and time? You think it was worth the trip on a bicycle down to Home Depot to get the screws to make the motor mount in there? Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I got more stuff coming up like this. I got 4 more motors here I can do something with. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm going to find something to do with them. I also have plenty of those power ports and plenty of time to make stuff. So let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.